building an indie business in the center of venture capital. I am Alex Edmonds. People on the internet call me Supreme Rumham, and this is the Building an Indie Business podcast, recorded in the Indie Business Studio. Okay, so today I will be talking about, that's the first time I got the intro right in a while on the first try. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about smashingthemes.com. So I'm going to be talking about what smashingthemes.com is, how I got it, what I'm going to do with it, and the process of getting it. Actually, I'm going to talk about the process first. Okay, I'm going to talk about the process first, actually. Okay, so the process of getting smashingthemes.com. So I needed a domain for the WordPress e-commerce store that I'm starting, and I wanted an aged domain, and I was looking at smashthemes.com on Flippa, but I only wanted it because I thought that maybe smashthemes.com would have some domain authority, but it didn't. So I thought, what about smashingthemes.com? And so I look it up, and the domain is taken. And it has like a medium amount of authority. It's about like 15, and like the podcast website is 15. So it's in a good position to get an e-commerce store started. I can rank for some stuff. So I thought, all right, I'll try to buy it. And so what is the process for buying a domain that isn't for sale? Well, you have to reach out, or you have to use a service to reach out for you. So you pay this service to reach out to the owner, and maybe the owner doesn't get back to you. In this case, he did. And so when you use the service, you say, hey, I want to pay this amount of money, right? And then they take that offer to the domain owner. And the domain owner can accept it, counter, reject it. In this case, he countered. And it was, a little higher than I wanted to pay. So I split the difference between my offer price and his counter offer. And he accepted. So the next step was to go on Escrow.com. And so I created an Escrow.com account, and I sent the money to Escrow. And then I had to wait an entire fucking week for this guy to create an Escrow.com account and start his side of the transaction. Super annoying. And that's why I said fuck. So I sent the money. Then someone from domainagent.com reached out, and they said, hey, how do you want the domain? And they were like, yeah, it's on Namecheap. And I'm like, okay, let's just keep it on Namecheap, because if you transfer it to a different registry like Pork Bun, you have to pay the fee to put it on Pork Bun, right? So I just avoided that fee, and I kept it within the registry of Namecheap. And also Namecheap has their auction stuff that I could use if it doesn't work out. So then they sent me the domain, and then I found out that it needs to be renewed in July, so I have to pay that. So I have this domain, right? What am I going to do with it? So I'm still at the process in the e-commerce Shopify store of getting my WordPress themes approved. And once I get one of them approved, after I make like the little changes and whatever, I'll have a product for the store, right? So, but in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm just putting up a landing page. So yeah, the landing page just has like smashthemes.com, buy WordPress themes, and then an email submission form. And that's just to keep the website active. And maybe I'll get some emails I'll collect some emails, right? And then I'll start the email list. And then once I get one of my themes approved, I'll just easily move it over. To Shopify. And then once it's on Shopify, I'll move the email list as well to Shopify. And then I'll get started creating content, creating, good product descriptions, optimizing everything for SEO. Have I talked about why I wanted to buy an age domain for the e-commerce store? Let me talk about that right now. So, I was looking on Flippa for Shopify stores that sell WordPress themes or Shopify themes, and I was looking at themes, right? I was looking at some websites, right? That were like $2,000 to $3,000, like $2,000 to $5,000, and I was looking at them, and they were like maybe making $200 to $300 a month, right? So at $200 to $300 a month, unoptimized by me, right? That's $3,600. And I'm paying, like $5,000 for it. So that would mean, it takes me, so 5,000 divided by 36, 1.3 years. So that's 1 year and let's say 6 months to make a profit, assuming everything stays the same and I don't touch the store. So I thought, maybe I should buy like an existing domain with some authority, and that way I create my own products and I spend less money, buy an age domain for maybe 1/3 of the price that I would buy the store for. I spent way less than that. Assuming I paid $5,000 for the store, let's say 3 figures, right, for this domain, low 3 figures. And Shopify costs like $400 a month, right? So I'm not even at $1,000 in a year, and I'll take that year and I'll just build. And by buying the age domain, that helps me jump the line. So let's say I start supremerumhamthemes.com, right? And I use that. Now I have to build all the traffic from scratch, right? I have to go from 0 to 20, right? That's going to take time, and that then I have to, to rank on the first page of Google for like e-commerce WordPress theme. That takes some time, but with the domain that's already at 15, I can go from 15 to 25 instead, and that's a little easier because it has that existing those existing backlinks and existing domain authority, and that way I'm getting traffic a little sooner, right? So that's my thinking. We'll see if that works out. But I'm sticking to this for a year. And just, working on my WordPress themes, trying to get that first one, and just seeing where it goes from there. But this is what I'm doing for a year, just working on this. And selling domains, which is why I've been talking about selling domains a lot, because these three things are all I have. I have the podcast, and the podcast is about selling domains and my side project, and this is my side project for now. And then maybe this will give me ideas for revenue research, So it comes full circle with this project. So yeah. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.